Do you ever wonder why some people have such different perspectives? In this episode, we look at the results of a study with over 100,000 participants from 64 different countries that explains how national culture impacts perception. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Rockstar Manager. I'm Dr. K, the management professor, and this episode is all about Hofstede's model of national culture. First, please subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button down below, and also with the notifications button so you'll see each time I post a new video. Geert Hofstede was a psychologist for IBM. He collected data on values and norms from over 100,000 employees across 64 countries. As a result of his research, he concluded that people fell along 5 scales or 5 different dimensions that he believed identified national cultures. First, we'll identify what those dimensions are and how each scale is established. Then we'll dive into each dimension. Those 5 dimensions are all scaled and range accordingly. 1. Individualism to collectivism. 2. Low to high power distance. 3. Achievement to nurturing orientation. 4. Low to high uncertainty avoidance. And 5. Short-term to long-term orientation. Let's start with the first dimension, individualism versus collectivism. According to Jones and George, individualism is a worldview that values individual freedom and self-expression and adherence to the principle that people should be judged by their individual achievements rather than by their social background. Examples are strong in Western cultures and include appreciation for personal success and respect and admiration for individual entrepreneurs. On the opposite side of the scale, we have collectivism. This is where an individual is measured by his or her contribution to the group and values submission to the goals of the group. This type of national culture was popular in communist countries. As a manager in a global environment, it's important to understand the perspective of your employees and which end of the spectrum they value. The next scale is power distance. According to Jones and George, they define power distance as the degree to which societies accept the idea that inequalities in the power and well-being of their citizens are due to differences in individuals' physical and intellectual capabilities and heritage. So what does that mean? Societies who operate in high power distances pass on their power. Meaning, those under the high power distance umbrella are in highly successful professions and create scenarios for their children to thrive. Those who are in poorer communities are likely to remain in that lifestyle without much opportunity to improve their situations. In contrast, low power distance societies don't permit such inequities to exist. Governments manipulate tax and welfare programs to prevent significant gaps in various societal classes. Jones and George share that advanced Western cultures such as the US, Germany, the Netherlands, and the UK have relatively low power distance and high individualism. Countries such as Guatemala, Panama, Malaysia, and the Philippines have high power distance and low individualism. The third dimension is achievement versus nurturing orientation. National cultures who value assertiveness, performance, success, competition, and results have an achievement orientation. Those with a nurturing orientation value quality of life, warm personal relationships, and care for the weak. Japan and the United States tend to be achievement-oriented. The Netherlands, Sweden, and Denmark are more nurturing-oriented. Uncertainty avoidance is the fourth dimension. Characteristics of low uncertainty avoidance include valuing diversity, remaining easygoing, and tolerating differences. Those national cultures low on this scale include the United States and Hong Kong. Characteristics high on this scale include skepticism of those who have beliefs outside the norm, and there's a strong preference to structured situations which provides a sense of security. Countries such as Japan and France practice high uncertainty avoidance. According to Robbins and Judge, in collectivistic and high power distance cultures, achievable moderate goals can be more motivating than difficult ones. Assigned goals appear to generate greater goal commitment in high than low power distance cultures. The final of the 5 dimensions is long-term versus short-term orientation. Taiwan and Hong Kong have long-term orientation, valuing thriftiness and persistence in achieving goals. The United States and France have short-term orientation, which values personal stability and living for the present. Again, as a manager, it's your responsibility to understand who you're working with, and having a better understanding of national culture can give you tremendous insight as to why people behave in a particular manner. Hopefully you have a better understanding of Hofstede's model of national culture. If you're interested in learning more about related managerial topics, you can find my book, Rockstar Manager from Theory to Practice, or read my other book, Mindset, a research-based approach to understanding motivation. Or you can read Jones and George's Essentials of Contemporary Management. In the meantime, thank you for your time, be your best you, and be a rockstar manager.